Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So we actually have some breaking news here, and this is for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 2. We have the release date. We also have some new teaser images that I do want to talk about, and yeah, there's a lot here for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. As I expected, I did expect, as we got close to the premiere at the Tribeca Festival for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 2 premiere, I figured there was going to be a lot of news that did come out, because it's been quiet for a very long time, and this is the first of it, and yeah, just expect a very busy weekend here. There's probably going to be some stuff that comes out tomorrow to hype up the next day, and then Saturday, especially in the evening, is going to be the big premiere for the actual episode here. There's going to be a lot of early reaction reviews and all that, and then next week is just going to be a lot of talk about that. And right now we're gearing up for Comic-Con. Comic-Con is next month. I believe it's at the end of July. I'll look up the actual dates right now quick. So July 25th to July 28th. Usually The Walking Dead has their panel on the Friday, I believe. I actually can't even remember now. I usually have that remembered, but I'm pretty sure it's the Friday. So I feel like if everything is the same as it was in previous years, we should have some more information on July 26th. Or not more information, we're going to get a lot of information that day, but I just mean we're going to get the official trailer. There's probably going to be a trailer or a teaser trailer at least for The Walking Dead Dead City Season 2, and yeah, I'm guessing some more talk on all the other spinoffs and all that. This is all very exciting because it really feels like we're back to the normal Walking Dead schedule, at least for the next year, but I kind of assume that based off of this, they're going to be doing the same thing now going forward here. So yeah, a lot to talk about here, so before we go any further, definitely make sure to be a subscriber if you want to get all of my Walking Dead content like this. I'm going to be going back and reviewing some older episodes, and I'm actually going to be doing it a lot because there's some things that I really do want to focus on, and yeah, like right now is actually the perfect time. Like I've been kind of waiting because after The Ones Who Live, there wasn't a lot to focus on, and then also we just never had the release date for this, but I can kind of see where it's going to go now for the next couple of months. It's going to get really busy here for the next week. It could die down towards the end of June, early July, but it also might pick up then for Comic-Con. But for the next month and a half until Comic-Con, I'm going to be doing a lot of reviews. I'll try to do a couple a week, for sure once a week on previous episodes. I'm really looking forward to going back to season 6 specifically, so I'm going to do that, and yeah, just have those out, really in-depth reviews on certain episodes and all of that. And then yeah, after Comic-Con, we'll do some more of that. I want to go back to Dead City and Daryl Dixon, review the whole series as a whole, each season. Yeah, as of today, we are officially 115 days away until The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, the Book of Carol, comes out. We got the release date today, and that is September 29th. 2024. So a lot of what I was saying was actually right. I originally didn't come up with this idea, actually. I saw a post about it actually on Twitter, and so I was like, oh, you know what, that actually makes a lot of sense. And I started to really look into it, and I was like, yeah, you know what, it doesn't seem like it's going to be coming out in the summer. So ever since that, I've just always been in the belief that it was not coming out this summer, especially because we didn't have a release date yet, right? It kind of made no sense going into June, that we didn't have a release date and the show was supposed to be out this summer. So yeah, the show's not going to be out this summer. I think the show is going to be out in the fall. The show's going to be out in the fall now in exactly 115 days, and it's perfect. For me, it's so perfect because it's really when you really look at it, The Walking Dead is going to be airing in the fall again, and it's 6 episodes, right? So it's going to be airing September 29th all the way until November 3rd, I believe is the date. November 3rd or 4th, I think it's November 3rd. So that's amazing. We're going to have Walking Dead content, past Halloween, going into November and all that. So I'm very excited about that. We'll have a break for November, December, January, and then in February, I'm assuming it's going to be Dead City Season 2, right? Which is supposed to be 8 episodes, but maybe it's now 6. I have no idea. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But, just in general, this is a traditional Walking Dead release, right? Just a classic Walking Dead season. Usually it's 8 episodes in the fall, 8 episodes in the winter. Now it's 6 and then 6, maybe 8 in the winter. So very close to it still anyways. And it's just going to feel really amazing. That's why I really wanted it to be in the fall. I know it's pushing it off a little bit, but I'm just you know what? Let's just enjoy the summer a little bit more, and we'll have that in the fall, right? And that's what's happening now. And so we kind of have, just what to expect now from The Walking Dead over the next couple of months here. And I'm excited because now we know when to expect a lot of promotional artwork and all that stuff. We know when stuff is going to come out now. And I do think it's going to be a little different and probably go back to more of the original release times for The Walking Dead, because in the last year or two, trailers have come out 30, 40 days, 45 days beforehand. Whereas in the past, they would always release trailers at Comic-Con or like at the end of shows kind of thing, you know, in the finales. So I think they're going to go back to that specifically. I think the first official trailer will be at Comic-Con. Yeah, we'll just have that wait there of like 2 months in between, right? There'll be 8 weeks in between Comic-Con and the premiere of Daryl Dixon. And yeah, there'll be a lot to talk about there because they're going to be releasing trailers, character portraits, teasers, and a bunch of new stuff and all of that, right? So very, very exciting news. We also got some actual images here that I do want to talk about. And the first image is of Daryl, and it looks like this is actually a part of the scene where he is hunting Madame Genet and her group down. So yeah, this is just a part of that. But again, just getting an image like this is so like, this reminds me of what it used to feel like watching The Walking Dead like years ago. This is just what it was. It was always like early June, you would get an image or two, you know, hyping up the next season, and it would just be something from episode 1. And then you would just kind of, you know, you would have that for a bit. There would be information every other week or two, you know, little things like that. Character portraits would come out in June sometimes, or July. And then obviously some Comic-Con info, a lot of Comic-Con hype, some teaser trailer stuff. And then just obviously, you know, hyping up Comic-Con, the official trailer. It just feels nice. It does. And then we have this image here of Carol. And this is a really cool image right here. So she has Daryl's bike here, obviously. And this is when she arrives to that, like, I guess mechanic shop or like junkyard or whatever you would call that area there, and she's looking for Daryl here. So all of this here is from those first 2 sneak peeks that we got, or that one teaser trailer thing that we got, or whatever. Yeah, not a lot of info being given right now. I am actually very excited that they did give just this, like, you know, in terms of actually, you know, promoting the show and all of that. Don't give too much away too soon. You know, if you have to show, you know, the same shot but like a different angle or something, like that's fine. You know, people still sort of get excited about new shots in general, so just do that. Don't have like a bunch of new shots just spoiling a bunch of stuff, right? Just sort of do things like that. But anyways, I do want to get into the synopsis here, and I got this here from TV Line. The synopsis here for season 2 says, per the season's official synopsis, we'll pick up with Norman Reedus' Daryl and Melissa McBride's Carol as they confront old demons while she fights to find her friend, and he struggles with his decision to stay in France, causing tension at the nest. Meanwhile, Genet's nationalist movement gains steam, pitting Pouvoir and the Union of Hope against each other in a potentially violent fight for the future of France. And so that's very exciting because, I mean, there's 2 parts to this here, right? So focusing on the first part here, obviously, we do have Daryl and Carol here, and they both confront old demons while she fights to find her friend, and he struggles with his decision to stay in France. There's going to be some issues there. She's obviously going to get to France right away, and there's going to be some, obviously, problems there in terms of she wants to leave, he doesn't, and just like, you know, how do they go about that? It's going to be a whole struggle, I feel like, all season. It's going to cause a lot of tension at the nest, I think. I wonder if Daryl causes tension at the nest. You know, like, I guess that's a possibility, but like they sort of met him already. Like, what would they not like him? Like, don't want him to be there. Carol, you know, maybe when she shows up there, that causes problems. I feel like with Daryl, it might be one of those things where they know that Genet is looking for Daryl, and so him being there is going to cause a lot of problems. It might be more something like that. But with Genet and her whole movement and all of that, it seems like she's, and I kind of like this here, you know, I feel like we were under the impression that she sort of had, you know, a lot of power earlier on. It seems like her power is growing. It doesn't seem to be one of those things where she just had a lot of power immediately. It looks like there might have been some connections with, obviously, the scientists, you know, that were working with the Primrose team, and a lot of that, you know, a lot of connections to the Civic Republic military and all of that. But it looks like her general beliefs on how to, you know, run France and, you know, be the main power in France has been growing and growing and growing over the last however long. And, you know, just more recently is gaining a lot of power now. And so the Union of Hope is going to be, you know, obviously wanting to fight back, and we'll just see what happens there. And I think that's where variant walkers are going to get really, really interesting, right? Because I've seen some stuff from The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon season 2, and that's all I'm going to say. But it looks absolutely incredible. It really does. Way better than season 1. So I'm excited for September 29th. I cannot wait for the premiere here. There's going to be so much to talk about, and I'm just seeing this release date here just completely rejuvenated my excitement for The Walking Dead just in general. For the last like 2 months now, it's been, I don't want to say I haven't been excited, but it's just been sort of like I've had no direction of like, what to watch kind of thing, or just like what to be excited for. I knew the stuff was coming out, but there was no specific release date. I didn't know what my plans were in terms of covering The Walking Dead. That's why I took like almost 2 weeks off, because I was like, well, I don't know when it's coming out. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? So now I kind of know. There's also, The Boys premiering next week. There's House of the Dragon. I want to go back and review The Last of Us. The Last of Us season 2 is coming out next year, probably around the same time as Dead City, or maybe like right after that. So a lot of stuff to talk about over the next year here. I'm very, very excited. And if you noticed, a lot of it is very much just like apocalyptic content, right? Like, it's very, I mean, The Boys and House of the Dragon, not so much, I guess, but Last of Us, The Walking Dead, and Fallout, those are 3 shows that I'm really, really liking. And yeah, they all sort of take place in a post-apocalyptic world, which is kind of, yeah, I mean, I love zombies. I love the whole survival aspect to it, the strength that you gotta build and have to survive in a world like that, and just like who doesn't survive and who does, So I'm gonna leave it here. Post all your thoughts down below and your excitement for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 2. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.